Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? Got an email today from a property owner. The units that I do maintenance for, it's my one consistent handyman gig in and around any construction that I'm doing, contracting. And there were 3 items. One, a dryer vent in their kind of unit laundry is disconnected. Need to reconnect that. To do that, really simple tools. A 6-in-1 screwdriver. You can undo the pipe clamp and then reattach. I will need to retape, so I'm going to need some metal tape, and then tighten the clamp. Okay. The only other tool I'll need for that is a 2-step ladder, just because it's up higher, and I'm a hobbit. And the second job, just a little bit more involved, but I don't need a 2-step for it. And there are a small set of steps, 3-4 steps, that come off of a porch in the back. And apparently one of the steps is loose. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take a screw gun, a variety of bits. I think it's a star drive right now, but I'm going to take a variety of bits just so I know that I can do what I need to do. I'm going to take a few screws, so I will likely take my exterior screw kit here, and it's in that screw bin down there. And that way I know that I have a variety of screws to put back and they'll all be exterior. I think the plan is just start removing screws and replacing screws until everything feels tight. Those were the 2 items. There is a water leak. However, with that water leak, it is to a non-existent water softener. The water softener has been removed recently, and the valve that the water softener company left is leaking. It's on bypass, so I'm assuming it just comes in, goes through, and comes back out, as opposed to coming in and then going to the softener and then back out. All right, so it's on bypass. I don't know enough about that valve, but I assume I know enough about this valve that if I take it from bypass to off, that it will actually shut the water flow off. If it does, then this literally connects all of the water through to the rest of the apartments, and I can't do that. And if I go on bypass and I even turn towards on it all, I think I'm going to send full pressure water out of one side of that valve system. So it's one of these things to where I don't dare tinker with it. It's in the valve mechanism itself, so I'd have to shut the water off and figure out from there. So I'm not quite sure what I can do on that one. I don't have a cap system for it because it's an unusual size. It's an unusual thread pattern because it's specific to this water softener system. It's not a standard like a hose bib. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. That I can just kind of plug it up so it's not dripping, and then just let the property manager know that we need to call the water softener people and ask them, hey, what about this valve? You should take the valve. Or do we need to shut the water off, and do I need to replumb? If that's their answer, because they're not going to come and retrieve their valve and put the plumbing back, that's okay. I don't mind doing the plumbing. I can shut the water off, take it off, sweat new parts on if I want to. I could shark bite them on. I could transition just quickly to PEX and back. I have a lot of options because Spence has basic plumbing skills and I have parts. So I'm not going to do much with the plumbing tonight. That would be something to where I want to reserve just a couple of hours to make sure that I can get the water back onto all those apartments, because that is literally the main water shutoff right there. If I goof it up, I still have to get the water on. All right, well, I'm just going to collect some tools down there. I'll show you the fix. A quick, not even a day in the life. This is like an hour in the life of a handyman. And we will think about charges at the end of this video. What am I going to charge for this? Because this is a paid gig, and I like paid gigs. Just in case. What for, you say? If there is a screw that is broken and I can't get it out, it may be to where I can get under it and wedge it out that way using the screw gun. So just in case, I'm not overly worried about it, but nice to have maybe a little bit of a backup there. All right, so the next thing is, I'll take the whole bin. Exterior screws. Easier than second guessing on how many I need. Now, Spence, you may say, why not just hook up and take the trailer and just have it? Because it's only a few blocks away. Well, because it's only a few blocks away, that could be one reason. But really, it's not that big of a deal to just unplug from shore power, reel it in, reel the extension cord in, and then hook up and take it down and just know I have it and I have to worry about it, just come in and shop as necessary. But my truck is down at the dealership where I just had like a big safety inspection before my warranty runs out to see if we can catch anything so the warranty would pay for it. Good report, but I haven't retrieved my truck yet, so I'm relegated to my side business of Corvette Construction. Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? So it's Corvette Construction today, so these tools are going in that passenger seat, and it's why I'm taking my 2-step instead of a 4-foot ladder, because I can only have so much sticking out of this before I feel kind of obnoxious. All right. Oh, one day I was relegated to driving this for construction. Now, I love driving this. However, I had to drive it to a job site, and I had to stop at the lumber store, and I had to pick up, I think, a couple of 8-foot sticks of trim. They were sticking out. They literally, in there, sticking out the top, and I drove to the job site. Oh, man, it was funny. I had the people from the lumber store, because it's a local store, it's not a big box store. And they saw me pull in, they saw what I did, and they said, Spence, you actually? And I said, yeah. And once I got the 2 sticks in there, they actually came out and snapped a couple of pictures of it. That's funny. All right, well, anyway, this is what I'm doing. Next stop is you'll see me on the job site, and then we'll come home and put all this stuff away and figure out how much did we just make. Not really too obnoxious, but there we go. Corvette Construction. No job too cool. Frankly, I'm never bored, and I amuse myself. All right, job site, here we come. Here are the steps. Small set of steps. I actually did some repairs to all of this, took all of this out, rebuilt some of it, put it back not too long ago. And now the stairs. So I'm just going to pull some of those screws, and I'm going to replace those screws with something else that may be a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more of a diameter. And this is what I have as a selection today, so I have plenty of options. I was actually able to find the loose step. It was the top step, and all I did was I took some screws out. I put 2 much longer screws. They were 3.5 or 4-inch screws, I believe. 4-inch screw there, and then I got a couple of screws into the riser, and the riser was not attached, and so I ended up putting a couple of screws into the riser. That made everything solid on that top step, and there is no need to actually go down to the other steps. They feel a lot more, hey, I know I have a sticker. They feel a lot more solid, so I think that's it. I don't need to replace all of these screws. It was literally just remove, 4 or 5 screws, a couple were broken, and then just replace with that plus maybe 2 or 3 more. Done. Onto the dryer vent. Here in the laundry room, a long while back, for $50, I actually hung up that clothesline. It's amazing what people pay you for. And this is the problem today. Disconnected dryer vent. Lint all over the place, but they have a cleaning person, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do have to worry about reassembling that. Quick repair, looks neat, and no more lint spill. All right. Oh, water leak. So here's what we're looking at. This is the incoming water. That is actually the shutoff. Water meter. Pressure release. House drain. Up, cold, around, into the water softener valve. And then it would have come into the softener, back through, and then back up and fed the rest of the house, including the hot water heater. It is dripping the outlet side. That would have been inlet. So it's okay the way it is right now. It is an incredibly slow drip. You could let it go for a while. However, the fix would be relatively easy. All you need to do is this pipe right here. All you have to do is connect this pipe to that pipe and bypass this. That's all you have to do. And that's relatively easy. Take just a little bit of time and time enough to know that I can do it and get the water back on. And if I had to fly to a store for some parts that I didn't expect I needed, then I could do that as well. All right, well, that's another day. Everything else is pretty good and pretty good to go. So let's get this stuff loaded back in the construction Corvette and head home and figure out how much this thing actually cost. Not much. All put away, ready to go have dinner. So what is this job charge? Well, since I didn't do anything with the plumbing, basically what I would charge is like a trip fee. My trip fee currently is $125. I don't leave the house unless I'm making $125. At $125, it's worth it to me to start grabbing some tools and heading somewhere and making a plan and making it happen. So for this, I think the trip fee is just fine. That'll cover the stair, which was not much, and it'll cover the ductwork, which again, not much. I might have been there a half hour taking my time. So $125. The addendum, the B-roll addendum. Now that I think about it, today I had to receive a text, answer the text, formulate a plan, which was honestly not a big deal, but formulate a plan. Get home, so I didn't have the luxury of going and doing anything else that I wanted to do. You know, it's got to earn money, right? So come home, get changed, come to the trailer, open it up, grab tools, whether I'm filming it or not. I have to grab the tools, load them in whatever vehicle that I have, Corvette Construction, and head out, do what I did, and again, no more than about 30 minutes of work, you know, slow, just working slow. Come back, put the tools away, lock up, and then pull back around and go inside. So with that being said, it's not really $125 for 30 minutes. It's more like $125 for like 45, 50 minutes, maybe not quite an hour, but again, I was taking my time. I wasn't trying to set a speed record there. So even then, I'm still not bringing home $125, and I'm not going to charge any more than $125 for that, because it was just that simple. And I don't feel that I can charge any more for what I did than that trip fee. It just isn't worth it to the homeowner, and for me it would be like gouging or something. So anyway, just as I thought about it, oh, the beast. Yay, love it. It's old, you get up close, it doesn't look pretty, inside doesn't look pretty. It starts, it stops, and it runs. And the T's come off on beautiful, beautiful days. Not too shabby. All right, well, let's go see about some dinner. You all take care. Like I said, you have a good one because you do deserve it. And thank you for anything that you did for this channel. Appreciate it. Comment. Let's get some discussion going. I love dialogue. Bye-bye.